This is Jazz, and you're watching Jazz's Rockin Roadshow. I am in Sin City, the one and only Las Vegas, Nevada. I am standing in front of the Sphere, the latest, greatest concert venue slash entertainment complex known to man. U2 opened up this venue with a concert here. How crazy is that? It would have been great to have been here. Anyway, this episode features the musical guest, Royally Bankrupt. Check him out.
I'm going down to the corner, going to find somebody to take home. I've been holding on down for God knows way too long. Pretty lady at the bar and she ain't wearing a ring. What you say we get out of here and see what the night will bring? Somewhere I shouldn't be. Won't you go with me? We get to her place and there's pictures on the wall. I shake my head and say this isn't what I thought. Boots out the window, cause I've been here before. Pretty lady, won't you tell me you think you heard that door? Somewhere I shouldn't be. Won't you go with me? Won't you go with me?
This is Jazz, and I'm out wandering around the streets of Las Vegas on a Monday morning at like 8 a.m. But the reason I'm doing that is because they are setting up for Formula One, and I wanted to check out the course, check it out. So the whole city is being transformed into a racetrack. And if you talk to some of the cab drivers, they ain't real happy about that. But There's also another reason why I wanted to come out nice and early, and it's actually right there in front of us, and you'll see it in a second. It is called the Sphere. Look at how cool that is. If you look behind me, off in the distance, that is the Startosphere. It is 877 foot high. And the reason I know that is because I jumped off of it. I'm not gonna do that this time, but I will show you the video as I jump on this monorail. So you guys got the right weight for me, right? Face you.
Gotta get you picked up now. They'll turn that way one more time. Bags on. Chest.
Huh? What am I doing?
Right hand.
Okay.
Right hand to the left.
I don't believe I just did that. Let's go again.
Wakes up staring at the clock again, watching the last few minutes rolling. Falls out of bed and his day begins. Responsibilities return to him. But is it all going to plan? Or is this just life for mediocre man? Well, it goes downstairs, brew the coffee. Today's tasks, yeah, they seem daunting, but this is life as he knows it. It's wearing on him and he shows it. But is it all going to plan? Or is this just a life of a mediocre man? That mediocre man. and his day began. Responsibilities return to him. But is it all going out to plan? Or is this just a life for mediocre man? That mediocre man.
It is a beautiful day here in Las Vegas. Right behind me there is the Luxor. In front of me is Mandalay Bay. But I am on my way to the Pinball Museum, which sounds like a lot of fun here in Las Vegas. And while I walk and walk and walk, here is a video.
On the train, but she's dreaming she slept in her parents' old house, her childhood bedroom before the divorce, the waging the war. It's been a rough couple years in the filth and the squalor, and when the jobs dried up, they had to leave the holler. She's been running since, trying to find her home again. And the reasons to escape, they outweigh the need to stay. You break down again, you come round again, and it's a strange sort of quiet when you're all alone. No, you shouldn't. That's all. And you're scared, and you're tired. You just wanna give it all up and start using again. And then the reasons to escape, they outweigh the need to stay. You break when you're all alone. No, you shouldn't. That's all, you know.
I am here at the Hall of Fame Pinball Museum in Las Vegas, Nevada. How cool is this? 25,000 square foot of pinball goodness. Pinball machines from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. And they're all only a quarter or 50 cents to play. So, the goal of this place, it's from the Las Vegas Pinball Collectors Club or something like that. And they wanted to have the largest collection of pinball machines anywhere. So we're gonna go inside and check it out. Oh, I'm so excited. Woohoo! Ah, look at this place. It is nothing but pinball. I'm in heaven. They have a lot of different pinball games. Now, some of them aren't on, which kind of bums me out. Some of them are out of order, which bums me out. But when you have a building this size, I mean, yeah. So I know I'm in a pinball place, but one of my all-time favorite video games was a game called Crazy Climber. And they actually have it. But it's a bittersweet victory finding this, because I came over to play it and I realized the screen is upside down. They have Cyclone Pinball. This is my second favorite pinball machine. The first being Mars Attacks. But this is a cool machine too. So that was the Pinball Hall of Fame Museum here in Las Vegas, Nevada. It was really cool. They had a lot of old retro games, a lot of pinball games that they're working on still, they're restoring, because some of those games are from like the 1960s and they've been beat up. But it was cool to see them all. It was cool to play a bunch of them. I am gonna make my way back to the hotel, which is way over there. I'm staying at the MGM Grand. See that green building? That's where I gotta walk to. And the reason I gotta walk there is because I'm going to have a small Zoom interview with the guys in Royally Bankrupt. So as I hoof it back there, here is a video. Cheers.
Well, it's been a struggle since I picked up my chip. Every day battle to maintain my grip. In my dream in a barroom, sit by myself, looking back through the bottle. Is a man who needs help. Then I get away, still really tired on. I'd wake up on your front lawn, and you'd be humming along. Oh, Tanny, see today, don't I know it's true? But looking back through the moment, knew I'd make it through. in a whole caliber, thinking I'd lost a little what it is I had left in my dream in a barroom, sit by myself, looking back through the bottle. It's a man who needs help. Then I get wasted, really tired on. I drink up on your front lawn. Keep me humming along. Was it easy today? Tonight, I know it's true. But looking back through the moments, I knew I'd make it through. Yeah. Show me off.
All right, I am back at the MGM Grand Hotel, which is home for the week, and I got my dear friends Royally Bankrupt on a Zoom meeting. How you guys doing?
Good.
Excellent. So we got three of you guys at the practice space, and the drummer, because it's always the drummer. It's always the drummers, and I can say it because I play drums too. He's in Lancaster right now. So welcome to the show, guys.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks
a lot.
Appreciate you guys being on. Tell the world about Royally Bankrupt. I want to know everything. I want to know how you got the name, because there's got to be a story with that.
Yeah.
Well, that goes to these two.
Yeah. You want to take that one, Alex?
Sure.
Mostly on you.
Yeah, well, me and Brock knew each other from like a while back, and when we first got together, he had written this song, which is on our album. It's called Royally Bankrupt. And at the time, I can't even remember what we were calling, just the two of us before we, had Todd and then Alan Jackson. But anyway, so he was like, what should we call that song? And for whatever reason, I was just like, Royally Bankrupt. And at that point, we were like, you know what? We really like that. We're just going to go with Royally Bankrupt as a band name too. And then, we met Todd and AJ and played gigs, and
it just kind of stuck.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Because I
like kind of the sentiment of it,
Yeah.
because a lot of these areas around here are royally bankrupt. A lot of the businesses in a lot of these small Pennsylvania towns have, left, and this is where we're from,
Yeah.
And
Where are you guys from in Pennsylvania?
So right now we're sitting in Oil City.
Okay.
Just north of us is Titusville, what they call the birthplace of the oil industry. And so being that, so there was old money here, and now it's a pretty repressed area.
Now there's no money.
Yeah.
Going back to the
money
Royally
no
Bankrupt.
All right. Well, that all ties into the name and kind of the tunes. I was listening to some of your tunes on Facebook and YouTube, and Going for Broke in particular, which is off of your last album, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's the title track to our last album.
Cool. Excellent. And you're working on a new album now?
We just started working on a single right now. It's an origin story. It's also, we do a festival in June called Hills and Hollers, and that happens to be the title of the song, or actually vice versa. The song was named before the festival.
And it's just kind of a song that I wanted to write because, you know, I was born around here, but I sound like this, and I sound like this when I sing as well. So people are like, you know, where are you from, man? And I'll be like, I was born in Franklin, and people don't like that because they're like, no, we're trying to determine where your accent's from. And so Hills and Hollers was, I was born here in the Hills and Hollers, and then moved down south to the South Georgia waters down there by Savannah, and went to high school there and whatnot. So
we just played a show on Saturday,
right?
And somebody had come up with, they described our music as y'alternative. Y'alternative.
Great.
And we're gonna roll with it. So I mean, you know, whoever just made up a new genre, we're the first one in.
Alternative. That is freaking incredible.
It made the hair on my arm stand on end when I read it. I was like, you can't describe us much better. I was going rural PA rock, but it doesn't hit like the alternative.
Y'alternative. I like that, man. That's freaking gold. That's gold, Jerry. Gold. All right. So, trademark that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll trademark it. My buddy's over here like, you need to trademark that. Terrible. He's telling me to steal your ideas, man. It is a great.
Well, again, so I fished for whoever came up with that. And nobody spoke up at the show.
Damn.
I figured whoever came up with that was at the show, and nobody did. So we're still rolling with it because I said to everybody, I said, well, we're rolling with that, the alternative. So
that's great, man. Oh, cool. All right, so check this out. When you guys, a couple days, we'll all be in PA in the same place. You guys are gonna come jam some tunes. I'm gonna put one of those songs right here. So what song are you guys gonna play in a couple days that we're gonna put right here?
what do you think?
I mean, we've been talking about Hills and Hollers.
Yeah, that's
Hills and Hollers.
Oh, you mean the actual?
He's going to put the video from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good.
That's gonna be great.
Cool. So check it out. This is y'alternative, man. I love that. Bankrupt. You guys introduce it. I'm burping up beer. Introduce your song.
We're Royally Bankrupt, and this song is called Hills and Hollers.
I spent half my life in the hills and the hollers, the other half near the South Georgia waters in a little town where I was raised. Mine was a household name. Down south we were poor, no idea what I was in for. Calling me a Yankee was hard to ignore, 'cause I hadn't even learned about the Civil War. Dad went down there, he found word. Never knew how much it hurt without him. Until, well, he was 800 miles away, just trying to pay the bills we made today. Okay. Well, he had to work, he had to fight, he had to do what he could to get. Well, I ain't saying that it was all bad, and I thank them both for all we had. I spent half my life in the hills and the hollers, the other half near the South Georgia water. to work, we'll have to fight, we'll have to do what we can to survive. Well, it's gonna happen, just don't know when. Long as we don't forget where we've been. I spent half my life in the hills and the hollers, the other half near the South Georgia waters in a little town where I was raised. I was saying a household name.
I'm on my way to the Venetian, but I wanted to show you behind me. They got everything set up for the Formula One race. It's going to happen in a couple days. I'm not going to be here because I'm going to head back to Pittsburgh and hang out with Royally Bankrupt at the studio. But yeah, that's right where it's going to happen. Check it out. These are the shops at the Venetian. And I love it here because it makes you feel like you're outside with the ceiling painted like clouds. It's great. They have canals built into the area here. It's pretty freaking cool. I love it here. Just so y'all know, I'm not getting on the Ferris wheel. I did that in 2 episodes already. Not doing it in this episode. Well, it is about 4:12 a.m. in the morning here in Vegas. It is time to roll to Pittsburgh to meet up with the guys in Royally Bankrupt, and they're gonna play some songs at the studio and jam, and we're gonna do an interview. So next stop, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Cheers.
Wake to the darkness, go downtown again. I've been running in the wind, got good early, didn't make much, but as for my habit, it'll be enough. It's always the sunrise. We were out smoking most of the night. Subtle glimpses, getting high. But it's all right now, so live for the night. That's when we get to leave it behind. It's always the sunrise, creeping in when the daylight began. It's always sunrise. it's alright now, 'cause we live for the night. That's when we get to leave it behind. It's always the sunrise creeping in when the daylight began. It's always the sunrise when I find left another day behind. Yeah. By this point, it's the end of the night. You're out of beer, you're out of cigarettes. We've been there many times. And that sun starts to creep up over the horizon, and it's time to go home. Here we are now, just me and you. Everyone's gone, they got things to do. The sun is creeping over the tree. Now it is time we got some sleep. Always the sun creeping in when the daylight began. It's always the sunrise when I find left another day behind. Leave it behind. We've been royally bankrupt. Thank you.
I am here with my dear friends in Royally Bankrupt. Thank you guys for being on my show. I really appreciate
again,
it.
man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
So I meant to do this on the Zoom conversation that we had a little while back, but I forgot to. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
I'm Alex.
Guitar player?
I play rhythm guitar, vocals, and a little bit of slide from time to time.
I'm AJ. I attempt to play the drums.
I'm Brock. I play the guitar.
Todd, bass player.
Excellent. So we were chatting a little bit on Zoom, and I asked you guys how you got the name Royally Bankrupt, and I was going to make the joke that, you know, you guys had all this money and you went out and bought all this gear. Man, we're royally screwed. We're royally bankrupt. But you kind of started to tell me the story on Zoom, but you wanted to kind of talk about that a little bit more, huh?
Yeah. It's a kind of a weird thing, but one of my comfort shows is MASH, because my dad watched it all the time. So, like, I'll just be watching MASH. So I watched the MASH episode where they get Frank drunk, and then they load him. They put a toe tag on him, and it says morally bankrupt and emotionally corrupt. And then the next day, we were trying to think of what to call a song that he had written, which is on our album. It's called Royally Bankrupt. And I just kind of came to us in the kitchen, and we were like, that's what we should call the song, but that's what we should call the band. And at that time, we were only me and Brock, and then he'll tell you, where it went from there, I reckon.
Yeah, as far as the actual origin of the band and not just the name, I sort of pieced everybody together. Because the story of how me and Alex met is stupid. It's just dumb.
He was there, I was there we was.
No, I started working where he worked, and we worked together in the same department, and we started talking, and we're like, through the process of talking, like, we both play guitar, we should hang out and jam. And at this point, I'd say it had been about a month since we started working together.
Right, that sounds right.
And in that time, we figured out that he lived beside me.
He was my next door neighbor. He was
Really?
my immediate neighbor. Yeah.
I actually didn't know that.
He lived
part.
right beside me.
And at that point, I had lived right beside him for probably over half a year. I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's one of those
My
things.
bedroom window at the place that I was living at, I could look at the back porch and watch him and his grandpa smoke cigarettes. So yeah, we got together then, hung out, played a little bit. It was very folky kind of stuff. He moved back to Georgia for a while. I think bounced back once and twice.
No, I just went back to Georgia and had a whole bunch of fun. I guess.
Enough fun you had to come back, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, enough fun I had to get out of Savannah.
Yeah.
I mean, you was there. I mean, it's a wild town.
So yeah, he came back. We decided to put a band together. During that period that he was gone, I had played in a country band, and that's how I met Todd. He was also hired to play in the band. So yeah, he went away. That band fell apart. I walked away from it. There was a whole ordeal there. I did some stuff by myself for a while, and one of the bands that I played a few shows with was a metal band called Neuroticism. Oh, that's me. Yeah, that's you.
That's okay.
And that's how I
AJ
met
had a
AJ.
band.
Now, AJ wasn't our first drummer. Our first drummer was a guy that we knew from the area, and he had offered to play drums for us. He doesn't consider himself a drummer, and he just played drums, and it was a fill-in thing. So springtime rolled around. He had free time. Asked him to fill in, help us record, play any shows until we could find a permanent drummer. And then maybe a month and a half after that, you just gave in.
Yeah.
And succumbed to the Stockholm syndrome.
Walk down.
I remember
Turned out it was a lot of fun.
Right.
I remember when AJ first started playing with us, we played a show at the Hourglass. It was the first show AJ ever played with us.
In Brookville, Pennsylvania.
And it was the kind of show where, we were in this 80s cocaine basement. And, nobody's paying a lot of attention. And, that happens in bars. You're talking to folks. We get that. But we played Always the Sunrise. And, I mean, it was just like everybody in the bar was looking at us. And AJ had such a good time. We were like, we got to book more shows. We ain't got nothing on the calendar. And then we, just kind of hit it running.
Right.
So
Yeah.
That's a good.
We're coming off of 40.
Yeah. 40 for this year.
Nice.
40 shows for the year. The stage presence is awesome, but we've been doing so much on stage that we haven't had any studio time. So we're like, we're not trying to book in December. We're not trying to book in January.
So you guys,
Yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
But you guys are from Oil City. So they're honorary 412 members, okay? They're not really 412, but we're going to let them slide.
So we're halfway in between the 814 and
Okay.
the 412.
Close enough.
The 814 is, of course, the Erie
I'm
scene.
724. I'm a whole separate.
Oh, there you go. 724. Okay, you're in.
Yeah.
Your grandfathered in. So you guys, you have originals, but you also play cover tunes. So like if somebody came to your show, it could be a showcase show where you're playing mainly originals, or it could be a 3-hour show where you're playing
Right.
Yeah.
half
right.
and half, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
and that's more like the local bars to get out. Like, it's nice that the one place we play in Oil City is mile wise, I think 1.1 miles
From your place?
but you have to go around a one-way block.
Oh,
and-
okay. Yeah.
but now he's even got a soundboard in there and everything. So we just take guitars, amps, and stuff. Done deal.
Yeah. Keep it simple.
But when we have to do a full show and we're down vehicles, we are down vehicles right at the moment.
Oh, no.
We borrowed a truck to get here.
Oh, my God. Well, hey, listen, the audience and I appreciate it. Thank you for that.
Last weekend we rented a van to go play a benefit show.
Oh,
So
geez.
that's how much we care about doing the benefit stuff.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate I took a plane to get here. So you guys, you have the Going for Broke's the first album,
That's the first.
right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the one they want. Now you can get this on Spotify and all the download things,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? But I'm old school, so they gave me a CD,
We're hoping to have the new album done in March sometime.
March 2024.
Yeah.
So who knows when this will air? Because I shoot them and it takes a while for me to put them all together.
Oh.
We released the first one this March.
Okay,
So we're kind of
so
hoping.
put it
that
like
we
every
can-
other year,
Right,
Or
yeah.
every year rather.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we threw a record release party last year. It was a good time.
Excellent. And you guys also have Royally Bankrupt.com,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
that's where everybody needs to go.
Snag that up. No one had that.
Yeah. If you can believe it, that was open
Yeah.
domain.
Here's a tip for people trying to get domain names: make a word up.
Yeah.
It really helps.
Okay, so check it out. These guys have royallybankrupt.com where you can buy all their CDs, t-shirts, stickers, beer koozies if your beer gets warm. Mine doesn't because I drink it quickly. But check out royallybankrupt.com. I had a great time. I thank you guys so much for coming. You guys are always welcome at my place. Go check out Royally Bankrupt. Thanks for watching the show. We'll chat with y'all later. Bye.
Hey, have a good one.